coach, Sam.
Hola, bienvenidos, ¿cómo están ustedes? Me llamo Samuel y mi niña es en un programa de Immersion de español en la escuela de César Chávez. 2 cervezas, por favor. ¿Dónde está el baño? Taco, burrito, quesadilla. And that's all the Spanish I know. Translation? My name is Sam, and my daughter is in a Spanish immersion program. Researched it. Turns out they're great for kids, especially if you want them correcting you on your pronunciation. No, honey, it's not, Daddy. No, 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 no. No, no. And then you realize you've been arguing about how to say no for a while. When you finally get it, you better get your butt in gear if you don't know the language, because by middle school, you were in trouble. It's bad enough with text speak and teen slang. When those hormones hit and they can conspire with their friends in a language you barely know, it is game over. It's about time we add to a great old rule. I think it should now be no politics, no religion, no workouts. The only thing more annoying than a Republican blathering on about the cross is a Democrat blathering on about CrossFit. In this era of openness and acceptance and in vitro fertilization, dudes, you better get your act together if you want to stay part of the copulation equation. But in what some would call a PC world, we really ought to have a better name for leotard. This next sentence will tell you an awful lot about me. I bought my first brand new car the week I turned 40. Let that sink in. Shiny, new car smell. It has a touchscreen computer in the dashboard, and it even talks to me. Hello, Samuel. Please put on your seatbelt. Okay, Sue. I call her Sue. It's short for Subaru. Hello, Samuel. Please put on your seatbelt. Okay, Sue. I kind of like your assertiveness. Hello, Samuel. Please put on your seatbelt. Okay, Sue, you're getting a little pushy. Hello, Samuel. Please put on your seatbelt. Okay, I get it, Sue. You're into the bondage thing. Turns out she does not drive herself, though. So I got my second brand new car the week after I turned 40. Hello, Samuel. Please put on your seatbelt. Oh my God, it's the same voice. It's like if an ex-girlfriend got plastic surgery, or you went blonde hopping. So I rolled up to a family reunion in my brand new Subaru. And somebody asked me if I'd finally gotten my official Portland resident card. But I said no because I didn't have backyard chickens. I love reunions because you get to see all of your family's features and characteristics all gathered together in the same place. It reminds me of a video game character generator. When you get to the screen where you're starting with the same core build, and then you get to accentuate various parts. One uncle is built like a linebacker. One has shoulders that could span the gorge. My dad has arms like pythons and legs like tree trunks. And then there's me, who got all the leftover parts nobody wanted. Except one. Speaking of my fun body, I have sensitive teeth. They get super offended when you laugh at them. I've always also had incredible foot pain, especially after sportsing. I always assumed I needed wider shoes, so whenever I went online to search for short shoes that were wide enough for me, I would just get back a huge list of Medicaid diabetic shoes, and I'm like, fuck you, Internet! I'm gonna take my hobbit feet to a real store, and I'm gonna talk with a real human. So there I was, walking across Middle Earth with a dwarf, an elf, and an old hippie with a sword and a Christ complex. Damn, didn't mean to offend the ringers. We slayed many goblins on our way to the mystical Jansen beach. We were not looking for some unknown small cobbler, nay. Neither were we searching for some moderately known factory that makes coats of the vicious Burlington beast. No. We were seeking a famous footwear. Once inside, I was helped by a 20th level hipster artist with 1 level of salesmanship. Somehow she was still able to cast a charm spell on me, and I bought the exact shoes she suggested. And they're the most comfortable things I've ever put on my feet. They make all my other shoes feel like Chinese foot binding.
Oh, God.
So we're finishing the transaction, and I looked down and realized that she's actually wearing a pretty sassy set of heels that look like they were made in China. And she's probably fantasizing about the exact pair of shoes she was going to put on her feet the second her shift was over. Fantasy shoes. I was wearing fantasy shoes. That's when I heard the sirens and realized those probably weren't orcs back there, but at least now I'll be fleeing in comfort. I'm one of the few, the brave. I never put up a no soliciting sign. Interesting results. Very occasionally I will get this grim-faced Latino gentleman who sells fresh, delicious tamales, and after some conversational Spanish, he told me that there were 2 beers in the bathroom and that his tamales were delicious, and they are. Whenever religion salespeople come by, I always open the door and smile real wide and tilt my head to the side and say, "Would you like to come in and start a dialogue?" Not a single one has even left a pamphlet. So, I've been really making a lot of progress in sharing things I usually keep hidden from others. I mean, look at me, here I am. But this is kind of a big one. I think my mom always knew, and there was always a close circle of jerks, friends, who were in the know and even participated. But I grew up in an era where it was a supreme bullying offense if you admitted to liking tabletop games and rolling dice for fun. That made you weird. A social pariah. A quam chaka. That's Dwarvish for outcast. So as a grown-ass adult, I decided to address my geek shame head on. So I had a group over to my house to play one of these games. We were in it deep and running dangerously low on our most important resource, snacks. And then on my front porch, appearing as if by my summoning, a grim-faced Latino gentleman bearing fresh tamales for all, and I am a geek god! Dorcas Moronicus. Any parents in the house, give me a woo. Any grandparents? Any teachers? Any childcare providers? Anybody who's ever babysitted ever? All right, give yourselves a hand. Working with kids is hard, good work, and you learn a lot about team defense. When it's 2 adults and 1 kid, that's called a double team. You're gonna win that play eventually. If it's just you and a kid, that's called a one-on-one. But you're huge, so you better win that play. However, when they outnumber you, it gets tricky. You gotta switch to a zone-style defense. 2 or 3 kids to 1. Just let the older kids run around, set a perimeter, and then pounce as soon as one gets close, because you can always bank on the toddler staying put and eating sand. 4 or 5 kids to 1 or more, you gotta bust out the double cut 3/4 downtown nickel prevent with a hitch to the outside. Y'all still with me? Because that's the only way we're gonna pull this one off. Okay? Everybody in. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team! I'm Sammy with sports. Crystal, back to you.